Hello friends, in this session I explained decision tree. A decision tree is a decision support tool that use a tree like model of decision and their possible consequences, including chance, events, outcomes, resource cost, and utilities. It is one way to display an algorithm that only contains conditional control statements. Decision tree is the most powerful and popular tool for classification and prediction. A decision tree is a flowchart like tree structure where each internal node denotes a taste on an attribute. Each branch represents an outcome of the taste and each leaf node or we can say terminal nodes holds a class label. So based on that, I start our session on decision tree. Decision tree mining is a type of data mining technique that is used to build classification models. It builds classification models in the form of a tree like structure, just like its name. This type of mining belongs to supervised class learning. So, what is supervised learning? In supervised learning, the target result is already known. Decision trees can be used for both categorical and numerical data. The categorical data represent gender, marital status, etc. While the numerical data represents age, temperature, etc. So, what is the use of decision tree? So, decision tree is used to build classification and regression model. It is used to create data models that will predict class labels or value of each decision making process. The models are built from the training data set, fed to the system, or we can say it is a supervised learning. Using a decision tree, we can visualize the decision that make it easy to understand and therefore it is a popular data mining technique. Now, I explain what is classification in decision tree. So, classification analysis in decision tree is data classification is a form of analysis which builds a model that describe important class variables. For example, a model built to categorize bank loan application as safe or risky. Classification models are used in machine learning and pattern recognition. Application of classification includes fraud detection, medical diagnosis, target marketing, etc. The output of classification problem is taken as mode of all observed value of the terminal node. So, based on that, I have start our session on greedy recursive binary splitting. So, in binary splitting method, the tuples are split and each split cost function is calculated. The lowest cost is selected. The splitting method is binary, which is formed as two branches. It is recursive in nature as the same method for calculating the cost is used for splitting the other tuples of the dataset. This algorithm is called as greedy as it focuses only one of the current node. It focuses on lowering its cost while the other nodes are ignored. Now, for that, how we can select attribute for that? So, an attribute selection measure is a heuristic for selecting the splitting criteria that based separates a given data partitioning. For that data partition are D. For class label training tuples into individual classes. If we were to split D into smaller partitions according to the outcomes of the splitting criteria, if the splitting attributes is continuous value, or if we are restrict to binary tree, then respectively either a split points or a splitting subset must also be determined as a part of the splitting criteria. This selection described three popular attribute selection measures like information gain, gain ratio, and gain index. So based on that, how the select attribute for the criteria of tree, or we can say how we can select attribute for measurement. For that, attribute selection measures are also called splitting rules to divide how the tuples are ignored to split. For that, the splitting criteria are used to best partition the data set. This measures provides a ranking to the attribute for partitioning the training tuples. The most popular method of selecting attributes are information gain, Gini index, and gain ratio. For that, first I explain about information gain. This method is the main method that is used to build decision tree. It reduces the information that is required to classify the tuples. It reduces the number of tests that are needed to classify the given tuple. The attribute with the highest information gain is selected. The original information needed for classification of a tuple in dataset D is given by E of S is equal to summation of I is equal to 1 to C limit minus P of I log to P of I, where P is the probability that the tuple belongs to class D. The information is encoded in bits. Therefore, log 2, the base 2 is used. E of S represent the average amount of information required to find output of the class label of dataset D. This information gain is also called entropy. Now, the information required for extract classification after partitioning is given by the formula like E of t comma x is equal to summation of C belong to x P of C multiplied by E of C, where P of C is the weight of partition. This information represents the information needed to classify the dataset D on partitioning by X. Information gain is the difference between the original and expected information that is required to classify the tuples of dataset D. For that, we have used this formula like gain of t comma x is equal to entropy of t minus entropy of t comma x. Gain is the reduction of information that is required by knowing the value of x. The attribute with the highest information gain is chosen as best, as we discussed as earlier. Now, I explain what is gain ratio. Information gain might something result in partitioning useless of classification. However, the gain ratio split the training data set into partition and consider the number of tuples of the outcome with respect to the total tuples. The attribute with the max gain ratio is used as splitting attribute. For that, we have used this equation like gain ratio of A is equal to gain of A divided by split info of D. Now, I have explained Gini index. Gini index is calculated from binary variables only. It measures the impurity in training tuples of dataset D as Gini is equal to 1 minus summation of I limits P of I divided by T for whole square. Here, P is the probability that tuples belongs to class D. For that, the Gini index that is calculated from binary split dataset D by attribute A is given by this formula. So formula is Gini split is equal to summation of I is equal to 1 to k limit n of I divided by n multiplied by Gini of I, where n is the nth partition of the dataset D. The reduction in impurity is given by the difference of the Gini index of the original dataset D and Gini index after partition by attribute A for the equation, so that the maximum reduction in impurity or max Gini index is selected as the best attribute for the splitting. Now I have explained overfitting in decision tree. So overfitting happens when a decision tree tries to be as perfect as possible by increase the depth of test and thereby reduce the error. This result is very complex trees and leads to overfitting. So overfitting reduces the predictive nature of the decision tree. The approaches to avoid overfitting of the trees include pre-pruning as post-pruning. So for that, I explain first what is tree pruning. For that, what is pruning? So pruning is the method of removing the unused branches from the decision tree. Some branches of the decision tree might represent outlier or noisy data. Tree pruning is the method to reduce the unwanted branches of the tree. This will reduce the complexity of the tree and help in effective predictive analysis. It reduces the overfitting as it removes the unimportant branch from the tree. So this is about all the tree pruning. Now we have seen the two methods of that pruning. So there are two ways of pruning the tree. First is pre-pruning. So in this approach, the construction of the decision tree is stopped early. It means it is decided not to further partition the branches. The last node constructed become the leaf node, and this leaf node may hold the most frequent class among the tuples. The attribute selection measures are used to find out the weightage of the split. Threshold value are prescribed to decide which split are regarded as usual, or we can say if the partitioning of the node result in splitting by falling below threshold, then the process is halt. Now second process is post-pruning. This method removes the outlier branches from a fully grown tree. The unwanted branches are removed and replaced by a leaf node, denoting the most frequent class label. These techniques require more computation than pre-pruning. However, it is more reliable. So the prune tree are more precise and compact when compared to unpruned tree, but they carry a disadvantage of replication and repetition. So repetition occurs when the same attribute is tested again and again along a branch of tree, where replication occurs when a duplicate subtree are present within a tree. This issue can be solved by multivariate splittings. So now we have seen the below image as an unproved and pruned tree. Like in left hand side we have see a unpruned tree and right hand side we have see a pruned tree. The unwanted branches are removed and replaced by a leaf node denoting the most frequent class. So this technique required more computation than pre-pruning. So, and the prune tree are more precise and compact when compared to unpruned tree. So, this about the unpruned and prune tree. Now, we have seen or explained how we can constructing a decision tree. For that, let us take an example of last 10 days weather data set with attributes outlook, temperature, wind, and humidity. The outcome variable will be playing cricket or not. We will use ID3 algorithm to build a decision tree. So here we have seen a data set. In this data set, we have 5 labels. Like we cannot consider a day in the label because it is a serial number. So our first label is outlook, second is temperature, third is humidity, fourth is wind, and fifth is play cricket. Our target class here is play cricket, and our predictors are outlook, temperature, humidity, and winding. Based on the predictor class, we have find out in which condition we can play cricket. So we have see the algorithm or step for that. So in step 1, the first step will be to create a root node. In step 2, if all results are yes, then the leaf node yes will be returned, else the leaf node no will be returned. In step 3, find out the entropy of all observation and entropy with attribute x. That is E of x and E of s comma x. In step 4, we have find out the information gain and select the attribute with high information gain. In step 5, we have represent the above steps until all attributes are covered. So this way we have find out a information gain for the decision tree. Now we have calculate a information gain for that. So our calculation of entropy, or we can say our target class is play cricket. In that we have two attributes like yes and no. So yes occurs 9 times in that class and no occurs 5 times for that class. Now we have put that value in our equation. E of s is equal to summation of I is equal to 1 to c limit, for that minus E of I log to P of I. Now we have put our yes and no value in this equation. So entropy of S is equal to minus 9 divided by 14 log 2 9 divided by 14 minus 5 divided by 14 log 2 5 divided by 14. Here 9 is yes value and 5 is no value. 14 is the total days. So after our answer is 0.940. For that, if entropy is 0, it means that all the members belong to the same class. And if entropy is 1, then it means that half of the tuples belongs to one class and one of them belongs to other class. Here our entropy is 0.94, means fair distributions. Now we have find the information gain attribute which gives maximum information gain. For that, our example wind is take two values like strong and weak. Therefore, x is equal to strong and weak. Now we have put this value in our equation. Information gain S comma wind, means wind is our attributes. For that, h of s minus summation of I is equal to 0 to n limit p of x multiply h of x. Now we have find out h of x and p of x. For x is equal to weak and x is equal to strong. H of s is already calculated in last slide. So we have find out weak and strong attributes value. So weak occurs 8 times and strong occurs 6 times in our example. Now we have put this value. So P of S weak is equal to number of week divided by total. Means number of week means how many times week occurs in our example. So week occurs 8 times and our total value is 14. So 8 divided by 14. Now strong occurs 6 times. So 6 divided by 14. Now for week, wind 6 of them say yes, means 6 times say yes in wind to play cricket and 2 of them say no. So for that we have find out entropy for that. So entropy as weak is equal to minus 6 divided by 8 log 2 6 divided by 8 minus 2 divided by 8 log 2 2 divided by 8. Here 6 of yes value and 2 is no value for the week where wind occurs. So our answer is 0.811. Now we have find out for strong wind. For that, 3 said no to play cricket and 3 said yes. Now put this value in equation. So entropy strong is equal to minus 3 divided by 6 log 2 3 divided by 6 minus 3 divided by 6 log 2 3 divided by 6. Here 3 is yes value and 3 is no value, means both yes and no occurs 3 times. So our answer is 1.00. 0. So this shows perfect randomness as half items belong to one class and remaining half belong to others. Now we have calculate the information gain. So information gain of wind is equal to h of s minus summation of I is equal to 0 raised to n limit p of x multiplied by h of x. Now we have put for the windy. So h of s is equal to p of weak into h of weak minus p of strong into h of strong. So h of s is equal to 0.940 minus 8 divided by 14 into 8.0 sorry 8.0 sorry 0.811 minus 6 divided by 14 multiplied by 1.00, which value we have find out earlier. So our answer is 0.048. So this way we have find out information gain for wind. Now similarly the information gain for other attributes we have find out. So I have put here a final answer for outlook, temperature, and humidity. So information gain for the outlook is 0.246. For the temperature, the answer is 0.029. For the humidity, the answer is 0.151. So the attribute outlook has the highest information gain of 0.246. For that, it is choose as our root. Now, we have seen outlook has three values like sunny, overcast, and rain. Overcast with play cricket is always yes. See in our main root or see in our main table. So it ends up with the leaf node. Yes. For the others value sunny and rain, we have find out the equations and we have put their value. So table of outlook as sunny will like, for that we have see the temperature, humidity, wind and play cricket label. In temperature we have three value like hot, mild and cool. In humidity we have two value like high and normal. And for the wind we have two value like weak and strong. And play cricket we have also, can we play cricket, yes or no. Now we have find out humidity. So in humidity we have two values high and normal. So for that entropy of outlook sunny is, now we have put the value of humidity. So 3 divided by 5 log 2, 3 divided by 5 minus 2 divided by 5 log 2, 2 divided by 5. Here humidity has two value like high and normal. High occurs 3 times and normal occurs 2 times. So our final answer is 0.96. Now for same way we have find out the others answer like temperature and wind. So information gained for attribute with respect to sunny is, for humidity the answer is 0.96. For the temperature the answer is 0.57, and for the wind the answer is 0.019. So here we have find out the information gain for our whole labels. So the information gain for humanity is highest. Therefore, it is select as the next node. Similarly, entropy is calculated for rain. Winds gives the highest information gain. Now we have C, the decision tree for our training data or our data set. So here we have seen outlooks has three characteristics like sunny, overcast and rain. Now we have find out in which condition we have play a cricket. So overcast, in any condition we have play a cricket, but in sunny, if attributes or character attributes are humanity, so in normal condition we can play a cricket. In windy we can play cricket where the wind is weak. So this way we have see how we can find out the information gain, and based on that we have draw our decision tree. So for that, what is the predictive modeling? So the classification model can be used to predict the outcomes of an unknown sets of attributes. When a data set with unknown class label is fed into the model, then it will automatically assign the class label to it. These methods for applying probability to predict outcomes is called predictive modeling. So I hope you can understand how we can generate a decision tree. Now we have seen the advantage of the decision tree. So here I have explained various merits of decision tree classification. First one is decision tree classification denotes, sorry, decision tree classification does not require any domain knowledge. For that, it is appropriate for the knowledge discovery process. Second one is the representation of data in the form of the tree is easily understood by human, and it is intuitive. Next one is it can handle multidimensional data. Next one is it is a quick process with great accuracy. Now I have explained a disadvantage of decision tree classification. So here I have explained various determinants of decision tree classification. So first one is sometimes decision tree becomes very complex, and these are called overfitted tree. Next one is the decision tree algorithm may not be an optional solution, or we can say optimal solution. Next one is the decision tree may return a based solution if some class label dominate it. So now I explain a conclusion of overall session. We see a decision tree are data mining technique for classification and regression analysis. This technique is now spanning over many areas like medical diagnosis, target marketing, etc. These trees are constructed by following an algorithm such as ID3 or CART. These algorithms find different ways to split the data into partition. It is the most widely known supervised learning techniques that is used in machine learning and pattern analysis. The decision tree predicts the value of the target variable by building models through learning from the training set provided to the systems. So I hope you have learned all about decision tree mining from this informative session. Thank you.